Brooklyn Independent Television.
Some opponents call it violent and dangerous, but fans see mixed martial arts as a legitimate, highly regulated sport, not to mention a potential revenue source that could help the state with its budget problems. As efforts to legalize the sport resume in Albany, reporter Sherry Carabin takes us to a mixed martial arts school in Flatlands to find out what's generating so much debate.
Again.
That's my dream, so for it to be legalized, that will bring my hopes up in more, more of a future in the sport.
Professional mixed martial arts fighter Whitney Jean Francois is talking about the ongoing battle to legalize mixed martial arts, or MMA, in New York. Right now, it's one of the few states where MMA is not sanctioned. As a result, this fighter, who currently trains at Brooklyn Mixed Martial Arts and Fitness on Avenue N, must travel to New Jersey to compete. It's a situation that he and many others at the gym want to see change.
Hit!
It would be great for New York and for a lot of fighters. I've always wanted to do something where I got to compete. I played basketball and football growing up, but I wanted to do something where it was just individual, just me.
Opponents say MMA is a brutal and barbaric sport that has no business being legal.
The people that believe that it's a barbaric sport or they have a misunderstanding of it, that's exactly what it is. It's a misunderstanding. They're not knowledgeable of the sport. It's very safe. It's a lot safer than boxing. It's actually even safer than football. Let's go, work, 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 work. Last round. Finish strong. It's a mixture of Muay Thai kickboxing, wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Western boxing, some other, arts, and it's all mixed into one. And that's basically what we train here, a little bit of everything. It's cross-training.
The roots of MMA date back to the ancient Olympic combat sport known as pankration, which featured a combination of grappling and striking skills similar to modern mixed martial arts. The sport originated in ancient Greece and was later passed on to the Romans. Various forms of the craft have been reported around the world ever since. When did it become popular in the U.S.?
It really started to get big only a couple years ago, but it's been around for maybe 12, 15 years now. I would say more underground, but now it's really getting out there. You see it on TV, you see it on Spike all the time. UFC has a pay-per-view event every single month. They do really well. Wrestling stance. 5 sprawls, go.
Last year, a bill to legalize the sport in New York was passed by the state Senate, and former Governor David Paterson even included a provision in his proposed budget to legalize it. However, the efforts never made it through the state assembly. New York sports lawyer Justin Klein, a.k.a. the fight lawyer who specializes in the area, says MMA has come a long way since the early 1990s. Yet opponents are still making the same old arguments.
The main arguments against legalizing MMA in New York are the same argument, really, that was articulated in 1997 when the ban was enacted in New York, making the sport illegal. And essentially, it's that the sport is a violent sport and that it's barbaric. Now, starting in around 2001 with the enactment of the Unified Rules of Mixed Martial Arts, it's a highly regulated sport. It's now sanctioned in 44, soon to be 45 states, and it's, every fighter has to go undergo medical testing before fights. There's always an ambulance there. I mean, all of these regulations are in place to protect the fighters.
Hit! 1-2 hook, hit! Hit!
I don't think it's dangerous at all because there's a referee right there. Whenever you're about to take any blows that are unnecessary, there's somebody to stop it. When you're in the cage, you're with somebody else that knows exactly what they're doing. So, you're trained to block and protect yourself.
Let's go, both legs.
The reason I think generates this much controversy is because we're kind of like the modern day gladiators. Where in boxing and wrestling, it's just set on one skill. Like boxers box, wrestlers wrestle. Mixed martial artists, we do everything. We combine everything together. It's wrestling, it's boxing, It's judo.
Since Brooklyn Mixed Martial Arts and Fitness trains people at all levels, including beginners and some women, I decided to have Terry show me a few moves.
Give me 1, 2, 3. You're a Muay Thai fighter.
As for the status of MMA in New York, efforts are again underway in the state Senate to legalize the sport, with Brooklyn lawmaker Howard Golden co-sponsoring the bill.
I think that it will pass the Senate again this year, unlike last year. Governor Cuomo did not include a provision legalizing it, so I don't think it will pass through the budget. I am not terribly optimistic, I hate to say it, because I think the Assembly is still going to be a bit of an issue. So I'm not that optimistic that it'll happen this year, but I think it will happen. It's just a matter of when.
Should it become legal, mixed martial arts has the potential to bring in a lot of much-needed revenue to the state at a time when things are tough.
Zufo, which is the parent company of the Ultimate Fighting Championship and now of Strikeforce, they commissioned a study, and it's not specific to New York City, but it's more about New York State. And in their study, they estimate that in direct revenue, if there were to be events in New York State, the state would see approximately, I believe, $1.3 million in direct revenue. But the real number that should be focused on is the economic impact of legalizing mixed martial arts, and that includes restaurants, hotels, and all the business that will come to this state.
Double jab, cross, hit, hit, hit. If it comes here, you're going to see a lot of money pour into the city.
This is Sherry Carabin reporting for Brooklyn Review.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at bricartsmedia.org/BIT.